between fashion and love?
I mean, if you don't look good, I'm not going to love you, right?
That sounds good to me, Judge. Sounds good to me.
Works for me too, Judge. Works for me. We are amidst, it's New York City Fashion Week, and we are looking for our unbiased jurors for the trial of the century. You with the sunglasses, could you actually remove your sunglasses? We're in court, thank you.
With respect
Do
for the
you
courtroom.
have, a prospective juror, do you have any opinions on love in relation to fashion?
I think it shouldn't matter what you wear. So if you're going to judge me and not love me because of what I'm wearing, then that's a little bit lower. Productive and superficial.
Wow.
And I'm putting my glasses back.
Works for me, Judge, works for me.
Let me take this moment to welcome all of you. You've been summoned for jury duty, and some of you will be selected for jury duty. And your job in this evening is to listen to the evidence. Listen to key leaders from the fashion and medical world, and of course, our closing remarks. But you have to listen the whole time because you have to vote at the end for us to reach a verdict.
Yeah, I want to make sure I've got all my jurors. You, what are your beliefs on fashion and love? Yes? Both of you. You first.
You should love what you wear and what you put on, more in love with yourself.
I'll take this juror. You?
Well, I love that. I think I love loving how I look, and I love when I love how other people look. So.
Okay.
This juror works for me.
Works for me too, Judge. Works for me too. Judge, we're going to select a few more jurors. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to select one more.
Yeah, you need more.
Okay, all right, how many do you have?
I need one more. You need one more. I
Okay, I
believe.
need one more. Okay, I need unbiased people. You sir, right there. Yep. Do you have any strong beliefs about how love influences fashion?
Yeah, I think it's all like a big conspiracy. I mean, like the moon landing. I mean, like, you really think like fashion is like a real thing? It's like created by like aliens trying to get into our minds. Like, you gotta look it up. Like, I have this website. It's really informative. You can follow me online. Like, it's really, it's really great stuff. And I think
Works for me, Judge.
Yeah, it works for me. It works
Judge.
for me.
Works for me, Judge.
I would like to select one more juror, please.
Okay. She always likes to stack the odds.
Oh, we
Since
have
grad school.
a eager juror. Please, prospective juror, could you tell me, do you have any strong beliefs around courtship? Don't know. I will take it.
I will take that. We are getting a
I'm
jury.
sorry, ma'am, with the sunglasses, we're in court. Could you tell me why you are wearing sunglasses in court? Do you have strong beliefs around sunglasses? Do you have any beliefs about accessories in a public setting?
I think fashion makes people very nervous, and I think love makes people very nervous, and I think being on trial makes people very nervous, and I think this is fear is healthy. And I can see my glasses.
Works for me, Judge.
Works for me. The eyes are the windows to the soul, and SoulHouse is yet to be defined. So, welcome. Okay, I think this is a good time to welcome everybody because it is jury duty, and we do have to select a certain key group of people because this is a very important trial. And like I said, you have to listen to the end because we need your vote for a verdict.
Yes, we rely on your immersion into this little world this evening, but make no mistake, it represents the world we live in. So, while your speaking up is optional, your self-reflection, your introspection, your journey, and yes, your casting your vote at the end is not. Because remember, judgment, judge, this is the dramatic moment, relies on it.
Judgment often has no words, but it evokes a feeling, okay? It comes a little bit from a construct in psychology known as the superego. Superego is like, it would have you believe it's like an angel on your shoulder, okay? And this angel is trying to give you guidance on like what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, but we all know the devil wears Prada. Actually, what are you wearing?
Prada, but it's not a fashion thing. It is a Freudian thing. And think about this character like a composite character from the time you were a kid, right? Who are these voices that tell us what is right and wrong? Don't tell us. They don't speak. They make us feel what is right and wrong. Your parents, your role models, your teachers, and even when you're growing up, the people you surround yourselves with, they guide you.
Interesting. Also, doesn't guidance come from a stream of social media? Right, District Attorney Dr. Deep.
Yeah, actually that's pretty spot on. But I will have you believe that the superego is not like the most styled version of yourself, as Ms. Jindal might have you believe tonight. And if you're going to be selected for jury duty, just remember one thing.
Hold up. I'm getting something from the Supreme Court. There's a message coming in from the Supreme Court.
Oh, shit.
Hello? Hello? Okay. All right. Yo, listen up, everybody, think the court is in session. So listen right here, this your blessing and your lesson. If fashion is the passion, you know we gotta do it. We're doing it right now in the court, we got the music. And what we gotta say, what you're wearing, get at me. What's my identity in these ugly ass khakis? But it's okay, we're here right now, we're going back and forth. It's Jindal and Deep, they're doing it of course. But I gotta say right now it is about your mental health and how you feel about your freaking self. And listen, everybody gonna be here for a while, cause I think that right now everybody's on trial. But okay, look at me, I ain't no Judge Judy, but tonight each and every one of you is on jury duty.
Judge, I'd like to call to the stand my client, the plaintiff. Plaintiff, state your name.
Theranos.
Objection. Your name is Ms. Theranos, or is that some branding?
No, it's my actual name. It's Dutch Portuguese, and I'm very proud of my POC roots, so. Anyway.
I'm very, very sorry. Apologies, Your Honor, for the unnecessary interruption by our DA. Ms. Theranos, please tell us about your amazing scientific invention that was there for all the lonely people out there who are just searching for that right partner to share their lives and their hopes and their dreams with. And this potion of yours, it was really going to help me, so many y'all people out there who are looking for true intimacy.
I have some statements prepared. Where do I begin? I, having created the first ever love potion after raising over $100 million in funding, after patenting the next big thing in beverage industry, which is carbonated vegan milk. Carbonated vegan milk has an aphrodisiac metrics 8 times greater than oysters. It also led me to the cover of Gove magazine, where they said CEO or Cupid. Anyway, I decided not to mix business with personal this time. This was my moment. By declining Prince over there's team of branding specialists, even though he is a self-proclaimed, genetically gifted creative genius, I came up with the brand, Coconut Milk. After $362 in sales, after a $6,400,000 launch, I became depressed. Almost gave up on being an innovator altogether. I had no choice but to succumb to his help. He was so confident, and I had to attach myself to him because I was feeling so anxious, so less than. I mean, his marketing, his shine. He relaunched Coconut Milk, and I have to call it Milk, MLK, because you can't say milk because it's a vegan beverage, it's not milk. He relaunched Coconut Milk by using augmented reality models in a photo shoot sipping on my beverage. And they were wearing these new, tiny, shiny, black is the new black dresses made out of plastic garbage bags, which we all know are not biodegradable. And on MLK Day, Martin Luther King Day, I spell milk MLK. It sounded a solid plan. Thank you. I thought it was a good plan. But look, that's not my area of expertise. I delegate. I don't create. I supervise. Coconut Milk Incorporated lost tens of thousands of millions of dollars, and I lost all of my credibility with the scientific community.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I am so sorry. It sounds like your so-called creative genius partner was the cause of a go-again-to-market blunder of the century. And not to mention yet another example of how appearances can get in the way of being taken seriously.
I am never taken seriously.
Yes?
I would like to cross when it is appropriate. I will not interrupt.
It's not appropriate yet. No further questions.
I would like to cross, Your Honor. Is that okay?
Your Honor.
No words. I will take as a yes. And one question, really. What scientific degrees do you have?
I have none, but I have a
Thank
very
you.
special team. Okay.
Ms. Theranos.
Ms. Theranosa, thank you.
I would like to call the next witness to the stand, if you don't mind, my plaintiff, my client, my friend. Can you please state your name for the jury? Oh, sorry. Does anybody have an olive branch? I got,
Objection, Your Honor. The DA seems to have some Morse code in coaching his client.
No. My client has a condition. He cannot speak. He can only shine, and it makes it hard for him to do so when he feels like his character is being attacked. So, I'm sorry, but JC, the influence formerly known as fashion, so cool. Please shine to the beat of your own box. Jury love! Jury love, baby, don't hurt me no more. Jury love, baby, don't hurt me no more. Yo,
marketing scheme. Come on, girl, you know it was my dream. The patent, you said it was yours. Come on now, you on all fours. Cause the patent was always mine. I can show you that love is blind. I mean, look at her and look at me. You can tell that I love from inside, you see. Yo, but I'm just keeping it real. You stole my plan, that was the deal. Shiny black was the patent dress. That was the leather and none less. You called it a plastic bag. I'ma call you a plastic hag. Yo, the love isn't real. I freestyle it, you know the deal. I don't need science to prove my thoughts. I right here, I got it all soft. Yo, but listen to me, love. You ain't even sent from above. When I'm telling you about this plan, I'm telling you it was all a scam. Yo, I came here for real with the marketing plan and the whole real deal. The potion that she came up with was mine. The chemical compound all my time. But she was to spin it, act like she went to a clinic. The science community didn't have it backed up. The fashion community is what's up. So I'ma keep it real, I'm on my mind. I gotta do is shine. I got the time and I got the rhyme. And she is sitting here with a blank ass mind. Yo, you already know the deal. Yo, she know how I feel. I just gotta keep it real. I'm the influencer for real. And no, it ain't no passion. Yo, it ain't just a matching. I'm the influencer that formerly was known as fashion. You know how it is, baby. You used to be my lady. But everybody, can't you see? I'm a shine, that's how I be.
Junk in the subway trunk. Oh my God, y'all didn't enjoy this before?
I can't help myself, baby. Hey, Couture for life. Gang, gang. Your Honor, I'm out.
Your Honor, I would like to call to the stand key expert witness, Professor Shireen Soliman from the Parsons New School. Welcome. Thank you for being here, Professor Soliman. So, can you tell us what brought you to fashion? What do you love about it?
Fashion is a dream. I was chasing a dream. Fashion is the ability to be a storyteller. Our bodies are the canvas upon which we tell the story. Fashion is a way that we express ourselves. What is valuable? What do we value? What do we care about? What do we love? What is our culture? Who are we? It's our identity. Fashion is who we are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, D, heard. Okay, so fashion is an art form. Tell us more about how we engage with this art form. So how would fashion enthusiasts give it the respect that it deserves?
Can you hear me? Yes. So fashion, you know, again, it's this dream, it's storytelling, it's the art of communication. And so when we think of it as an art form, when we respect it, you know, I believe it was Stendhal who said, beauty is the promise of happiness. And we all want to be beautiful. Those who respect fashion understand its power. Fashion is language. Language is power. So sometimes, you know, if we think about fashion, we think about, for example, if you think about a tailor or haberdashery, you think about gentlemen, you think about gentlemen's suits, you think about High Street, you think about Oxford Street. It's got prestige, it's got power. But when we hear about fashion, we think it's the realm of the frivolous. And that's so not true. Fashion is so much power. Every day we're curating our identity. Every day we're choosing how we present in the world, how we are in the world. Couture is a whole other level. Couture, the world of couture is the couturier having his muse or her muse and holding them up and creating one-of-a-kind pieces because they are so special.
We're all chasing beauty. We're all chasing a dream. And we all want to be special.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm objective. What year are your students in college, and what do you teach them about the role or significance of fashion in their lives?
I teach at 2 schools, Parsons and Pratt, and at both schools I'm primarily working with sophomores. Sophomores are usually around 19, 20, and the second year is for many the first time that they're really entering their major. They've had a foundation year and now they really are starting to enter this world of fashion. It's the first time for them to make a lot of these connections about their role, about the role of fashion in the world, about their responsibility. They are psychologists, they are fashion designers, they're engineers, they are social media managers, they are powerful. This age, 19 or 20, it's also an important time for young adults because it's that identity formation. It's the really critical time when they're starting to understand who they are, what is the message that they want to express, what's their story, what's their narrative, why fashion. And so the courses that I teach in fashion design are about how we present our ideas, how we understand our core messages, what is the essence of fashion, what is the essence of who we are, and what we want to add to the discourse.
Wow, love it. I mean, thank you. And do you have kids?
I do.
Any of them here tonight?
In fact, yes. I'm very proud. I have 2 kids. One is about to be 21 and one is about to be 23, and I think she's taking a picture of me right now as we speak.
Wow. Great. So you are around young adults at home and at school. So you must be aware how they are interacting with social media. And so what would you say is the most concerning trend you see in the relationship with young people and their appearance and fashion, how they're influenced by their social media streams?
You know, so I talked about the development of young adults as they enter the world of fashion, but it really actually starts as early as elementary school. It starts as early as middle school. It goes back. We start to get these messages about who we are. And with the onset of social media, remember how I said that fashion is this dream and we chase this dream? Sometimes it becomes a nightmare because we're chasing after a false dream. We're chasing after something that's fleeting, that doesn't really exist. We're chasing, we want to be something, we want to be someone, but it's not real. We all are followers, but how, you know, I don't even know how those who become the influencers, who decides who becomes the influencers and who becomes the followers. So when we're all followers, how can we start to lose ourselves? And we're chasing after something, that could be really harmful because it skews and distorts our perception of ourselves and the world around us.
That really helped my case. Thank you. And last question. Do you think fashion can affect self-esteem and the ability to find a healthy relationship with fashion and love?
Well, I think I circle back and I said fashion is who we are.
Yeah.
Fashion is us when we're in our most authentic selves. If we, with this screen too of social media, and when the signals start to get crossed and we start to lose who we are, if we don't know ourselves, if we don't love ourselves, how can we love others?
That's amazing. Thank you. This almost feels like a deconstructed panel or something, doesn't it? No further questions from me, Your Honor. Thank you.
No further questions from me either, Your Honor.
Thank you, Professor
Soliman. I would like to call the next professor to the stand, Professor Dr. Ayana Jordan, MD, PhD, from the NYU Department of Population Health. Professor, we hear of this term that we need to have a little bit of clarity on scientifically. The pleasure pathway sounds pretty cool.
It is really cool, the pleasure pathway. So the pleasure pathway is so important. It's also called the reward pathway. And it is our way, our body's way of responding to pleasurable activities. So in your brain, the pathway is called the mesolimbic dopamine pathway. And so when we are partaking in pleasurable activities, whether that be sex or drugs or even fashion, what happens is there's a part of the brain called the ventral tegmental area, or the VTA, that really lights up, and that communicates with the nucleus accumbens, or NA, that actually increases dopamine that eventually gets released. So, and all in all, what happens is when there is pleasure, you get pops of dopamine, and when you're engaged in pleasurable activities, dopamine goes up. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so you get a little pop of pleasure.
Pop of pleasure.
Pop of pleasure. I mean, so I don't know if the way we dress and the way we, you know, present ourselves can get us a little intimacy, even, you know, in some form. Don't we all deserve a little pleasure? Mix it with a little bit of, I don't know, smoke a cigarette, have a sip of some whatever. And
Yeah. So this is when it gets a little complicated, and we have to be careful because not all pleasure is created equal. And when we have too many of those fast pops of pleasure, that can actually lead to slow, unhealthy habits that can actually cause pain. And so we're dealing with not just physical pain, but also psychological pain that really is a Band-Aid for taking away from our true goals.
So like if I'm trying to find true love and like true intimacy, and I mean like we're all trying to find true love and true intimacy, and it's like, okay, I'll just say it like this. You know when Erik Erikson describes in that, like, you know, monumental piece of work, the crossroads that we face, and we want to overcome it with intimacy over isolation. How do we do that?
Yeah, I think what you're talking about, what is relevant for all of us, is really at the crossroads of intimacy, that we should go to the stage before intimacy versus isolation, which is really identity versus role diffusion. So do we really even, can we talk about seeking pleasure if we don't even know ourselves?
So, as an addiction psychiatrist, and I think we have some NYU Department Population Health jurors here to verify this. Changes, the stages of change model.
Yeah.
We know very well to break addiction. But I want to ask like this, you know, if we have unhealthy, you know, patterns, practices with our, you know, our appearance and, you know, fashion, what would you tell your younger self, or the, you know, the kids you serve in Harlem, like what type of guidance would you provide to have a healthy relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we're thinking about the stages of change model, realizing it is a process, right? So it's pre-contemplative, contemplative, preparing, action, and maintenance. And so there's a lot of steps that go into really understanding yourself and really preparing to know oneself. So what I would say to my younger self, if I was the age of the professor's daughter, 20 or 21, is saying, give yourself time to know yourself, right? You can't really show up and put on all of this fashion and know who you are if you genuinely cannot understand and know yourself. You have to reach out for your goals. You have to know who you really are. And then, and only then, can you use fashion as an accessory to really let your light shine, because you know who your authentic self is.
Thank you, Professor. I have no further questions for this expert, Your Honor. Thank you.
Awesome.
No
Thank
questions
you.
for me either. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jordan. what you wear and why? Is it a magnet? And if so, who and what are you attracting? Fashion is on trial. We heard from the professors how intimacy's precursor is actually identity, not the fear of isolation. And yeah, sometimes we do follow decisions out of fear. But how do we know who we really are if we don't even know who's influencing us?
I would like to represent myself.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, yes, of course. You should represent yourself. Yes, represent yourself. That makes so much sense.
I have prepared some statements. I set out to make a love potion because the truth is, I wanted it myself. Steve Careers was known to say our best jobs and products come out that way. The thing is, this time, it didn't. I wanted a fast fix, but your identity and mine have changed over more than a decade together. From the time we met when we were just kids and now when we're just trying to do our best out there and just make it work. And unless coconut milk, secret recipe can modify in real time to what's happening in our real life and inside of our real motions realistically, I realize now that the simple formula for intimacy can't keep up with our identities, but perhaps how we represent ourselves, right down to, yes, how we dress, but more importantly, how we show up in the world can. And everyone has that right, including you. So you can go do that. And even if we make some mistakes along the way, it's okay. Thank you.
I want to represent myself too.
They're representing their own identities.
The reason I'm known as the influence formerly known as fashion is because I'm not the influence currently known as fashion.
You're my new prince?
Nah, but do you, baby? And that's because I've lost my inspiration. The truth is, with all of my self-proclaimed genetic gifts and fashion influencing and shine, is that it's been clouded. It's been clouded with streams of social media, clouded with what my friends and family, celebrity requires and desires, without any focus on what I need. And you're the only person in my life that's been there for me through it all, the ups and the downs. And I didn't take that into account, that you've been with me every step of my adult life. But we got to know each other as those kids that started that journey. And our identities change. Who we are is ever evolving. And it's possible to get lost in the superficiality of style and to get lost in chasing things that don't have actual meaning. But fashion is heart. Fashion is love. Fashion is individuality, and that's identity. And I look forward to finding my true identity. And I look forward to finding who I really am, who I've grown to be. And I look forward to doing that with your support. And with the support of all my fans. Or fan. But the moral of the story is, I need to have a healthy relationship with myself. And a healthy relationship with my appearance. But more importantly, a healthy relationship with who and how I desire that. Thank you.
So, fashion is on trial. have we considered it is the first statement we make when we walk into a room. And we've heard from the professors, it's art. There's enthusiasts. There's nothing wrong with that. But the power of art must not be disrespected either. And if you are an enthusiast, especially. And we've also heard that art, it's a freedom of expression. It's a freedom to shine. And on the scientific hand, we have this amazing thing called neuroplasticity that the professor alluded to. We can change our behavior. We have agency. And that little light in us that's dim sometimes, it can shine brighter. And sometimes it's us who's smoldering it. But with daily practices that help us get into a healthy relationship with appearance, who and how we desire, we can just become greater than the sum of our selfies. And we should strive to present ourselves as exactly ourselves.
All right, a little melodramatic, but okay, I felt that. I'm not gonna lie. It'll be a mistrial if I did. All right, so jurors, we must arrive at our final verdict, which, as you all know, according to the latest Supreme Court mandate, must be done through a mental health Mad Libs process. So, my lead jurors, could you raise your hands, please?
Okay, we got enough?
Great,
Yeah, okay.
great. So what I will need you all to do, under your gavels, there is a card. You will confer with your jurors around you and answer the prompt on the card. Your 1 to 3 word answers are very, very important for this case. Court depends on it. Bailiff Usher over here will help you collect the cards. You have a few minutes, starting now.
both won. Everyone's a winner.
Lena's not here. I'm going to okay? Make a plug. It's like books and drawings, still.
Yes, exactly.
We're all asking
Who
the
wins
same
fashion?
and like APA Foundation involved. So it's like drop goods, like we're gonna get one day. So just make sure you plug 2 days. Just like
Like get ready the verdicts.
just like create the verdict.
Let's get the professors on stage one more time.
The verdict is in.
All right. The verdict is in.
Microphone.
Will the defendant please rise and shine? That's right, you come up here. What does it mean to me? 'Cause I believe in me. Watch how it sets me free. Oh, identity. Look what it means to me. Watch how it sets me free. What does it do to me? A pop of pleasure 'cause I'm feeling myself. Nobody gonna love me like I'm loving myself. What are they main influences to me that go ahead and shape my identity? I'm going back 'cause I know what's good. Somebody here says what shaped them was their childhood or what else we got. Experience in nature, everything around us, you know what it says, yeah. And society gon' do what it do. But if you're standing strong in yourself, you know about you. And community and genetics and family. Oh, identity.
Hey,
What does it do to me?
do what it
Watch
do.
how it sets me free.
Yeah, set me free.
My
Yo,
identity.
yo, my identity, my self-worth. Yo, we take a second, have a chat, crowdsource. Let's get to the heart of the matter, no matter what it be. Is it you? Is it me? What's my identity? We got the BTA, a pop of pleasure, but let's rewind it for a second before we hit that measure. How do we know? How do we know? How do we care? How do we grow? How do we show what we feel inside to and fro? Like, if we want to know who we are and show the world, that's probably what you should figure out first, girl. How to know what to give to another person. If you want to start courting, you need to be really certain. So something absurd in messing up relationships probably started from something that I'm saying here, like compassion or comparison rather. It's hard to read all of the writing, I'm not a scholar at the matter, but if you're comparing yourself to other people, how can you see your partner as the same or as an equal? Or if you're jealous, that's another word that's written. You can't even keep going for the one that you are sitting. You might by a little bit of pretension. Did I mention another thing that can get your detention is lack of communication? Wow, you gotta talk if you want the love to grow, if the fire will ever spark. But another thing that's written here is hormones. Yo, that's really real when you are living all alone. You probably want to get out in the world and get it in, but before you have a lover, you should probably make a friend. Make a friend with yourself and establish your own damn mental health. And then you can think about making a union. Your identity is who you are. Now that's self-communion. Identity. Hey,
you ain't right within.
Come on.
How you gonna win when you ain't right within?
Ain't right within.
How you gonna win when you ain't right within?
Ain't right within.
How you gonna win when you ain't right within?
Come on.
Authenticity and the passion and the confidence. Everything I love about myself, you know it's heaven sent. A pop of pleasure cause I'm feeling myself. And who's gonna love me but everybody else? Cause you know I'm feeling fly. Got that synchronicity, the positivity that's flowing between you and me. And the passion is the fashion, you know it is the tool. But love yourself first or you gon' look like a fool.
Yo, you got to love yourself. Synchronicity, syncing up your mental health. Another thing that I gotta just voice us is you got to stand up for creativity and justice. These are things that light your inner flame. You wrote them on the paper, now I'm a mirror and I'm just saying everything you wrote is so beautiful, it's so true. This is a sincere thank you written from us to you. Come on.
Shine, shine,
shine, shine, shine,
shine, shine, shine, shine, shine, shine, shine, shine, shine.
As your bailiff usher, I'm Andrew Flores, and it's been a pleasure to have you as our jurors alongside our wonderful performers sitting amongst you. Give them a hand. We also have Surina Jindal, Maria Elena Lobson, Professor Shireen Soliman of Parsons School of Design, Professor Dr. Ayana Jorna, MD, PhD from NYU Department of Population Health. JC Ellis and Aneesa Folds from Freestyle Love Supreme. On piano, Ayaka Matsui. On electric cello, Rubin Kodheli. And last but not least, Dr. D. Penesetti MD, curator of the SoulHouse.
I hope everybody enjoyed this. We're trying to use immersive theater to just impart a little bit of therapeutic literacy. And we want more of these. We have 2 more coming up at the Greene Space. So we have to shout out the Greene Space. Do we have Christina Newman-Scott, the executive director here? Let's bring her up on stage. And also our community partner, Dr. Lena Greene, the executive director of the Hope Center. Come up, come on, come on, come on. We gotta shout you out. This is why we do this.
Harlem World, let's go.
I will start. So much respect. I'm going to give you the mic because we believe in helping people through art, entertainment, and sports.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I work in a faith-based space, and so anytime I say good evening, I like a little call and response. So good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right, that's what I'm talking about. It is wonderful to be here. Please give another round of applause for all of our amazing contributors. I won't be before you long. I just want to share a little bit about some of the events that we have coming up this particular weekend. And so we try to be as creative as we possibly can at Hope Center Harlem. And we are a community-based mental health clinic that provides free services. Someone say free. 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 F-R-E-E. That's right. And we've been doing so for almost 8 years. Yeah, that's right. Give it up. Right? So we know that mental health services are not easily accessible to everyone, and certainly finances are often a barrier. And so we're doing our small part to contribute to the mental health and well-being of our youth. And so on this Saturday, we are hosting our second annual Hope in Harlem Conference. We're going to be focusing on youth, mental health, and sports, being creative and engaging our youth and our teens in the community. We're going to have some incredible speakers, including Dr. Jordan here, Dr. Deepak here, amongst others, to get the word out about the importance of, tackling stigma, making sure that we're providing resources to the community. And so after the conference, we're going to also host a street fair. So we're going to be closing down 116th Street, and we're going to have a host of sports activations there. We're going to have some fencing and boxing and gymnastics, of course, basketball, football. Right, we'll have a little bit of fashion. Certainly some music, and make it all engaging. So if you're around, I'm going to make sure that I share the information with Dr. Deepak so he can share it with all of you. And that concludes my public service announcement.
Not yet. I'm going to ask you a question or two because, we have a little bit of time. We're going to open it up and start, mingling just a little bit. I got a lab, and, I should have 2 microphones. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah. I have so much respect for this woman. First of all, okay, so, doing the work, and I remember very distinctly, and it was part of, we create these soul trusts, where there are groups of people that come together to think about stuff like this. Just think. And I remember the words you told me when we were talking about body image and beauty. And she said to me, well, we focus a lot on language, redefining beauty. What does that mean? And she was talking about the community she served in a way that was so insightful. And this conference got a lot of ballers there, from the Knicks, but the biggest baller is right here. And talking about ballers, Christina Newman's got, okay, all right. You take this microphone and you tell us.
Hey everybody, it's so good to see you all here. Again, my name is Christina. This is the Green Space. When is the first, who's here for the first time? Wow, welcome. All right, do you know where you are? This is the home. Who knows WNYC? Come on. This is WNYC Live's home. We are part of New York Public Radio, and this is an awesome space where we do a lot of live theater, live podcasts, all manner of experimental and other forms of entertainment. And I was so thrilled to meet Deep and Surina and go on this journey with them. As you've, this is a well worth journey. Let's give them a round of applause again, please. This is far beyond my expectations. What a fantastic night. So, the next call to action is take your fashionable, fabulous, shining selves and to go out in that lobby where we have carbonated milk beverages for everyone. We brought it back. It's amazing. We really don't have that for you, but you're gonna go out there and you're gonna mingle. And I also want a special shout out to AARP, our sponsor for this evening. Without them, we would not have been able to produce this event. So thank you to Deep. Come back in October. We have 2 more SoulHouse events. Go to our website, thegreenspace.org, to learn more and buy tickets and tell your friends. So 2 more of these fabulous, not this one, 2 very different ones. I expect to see you in October. I'm going to take a picture of all of you.
Can I ask you a round of applause? Who wants to see another SoulHouse? We have some interesting ideas for the next one, and before we go out to mix and mingle, there's a few awesome people in the crowd that have come. If you don't mind, I'd like to just put you on the spot and just ask a couple of questions as we mingle. I just recently had the privilege of having a little interview. I'll tell a little story. In 2009, I was in medical school. Nobody took me seriously. I looked really young and all this stuff. This man right over here, Stephen Wall, he's like the Steph Curry of NIH grants. He's the Steph Curry of NIH grants. He just shoots it, and he just looks the other way, and he's like, what? 20 million. Okay. And he has been financing not just the production of content, but the evaluation of it. So this, we're trying to evaluate it with NIH, NYU, and who we have here coming, which is a really big deal, Dr. Benga. Could you say a couple words that you shared with me the other day about
Good evening. I forgot what I shared with him. Because it was too inspirational. I couldn't say. Good evening. I'm Benga Ogedegbe. I direct the Institute for Excellence in Health Equity at NYU School of Medicine. And I have my good friends here, Dr. Jordan, Dr. Wall, and I just met Deep the other day. And we're talking about the drivers of health inequities and the idea that, how do you make people to change behavior? Do the things that will make your identity, I'm learning stuff tonight, be different. And we talked about motivation, the inner self, and we talked about, the idea of the knowledge. And of course, I said the most important thing is the capacity. So it's not enough to be motivated or to actually have knowledge about what we need to do, but you gotta have the capacity, the facility to be able to actually say, you know what, I can do this. But I don't know if that's what you meant, but I think we talked about therapy a little bit.
I will quote, because I remember people's quotes. I'll quote three of the things. He said, people don't care about what you know until they know that you care. And we have to work with partners to co-design programs because they don't work otherwise. And this is the way we got to do it. So hopefully we're off to a good start. Everybody mingle!
And just want to say the next two SoulHouses, thanks to Deep's genius, are additive. So this is a standalone event, but the next two are standalone and additive. So you learned one very clear mental health tool here tonight, and so the next one will add to that one, and then the third one will add to that one. So you will have 3 mental tools more than the people out there. So that's what we want. But yes, go mingle and have fun and enjoy. There's a lot of amazing people in this room. It's beautifully curated, so get intellectually stimulated, and yeah, you don't need to find your precursor to intimacy at home, but you will have to do it out of here in about half an hour, okay? So thank you. Good night. See you.